Chapter 14, A New View. There was still some time before school started, so I headed to the breakfast line to get some food. Victor and his mom met with Principal Martinez in his office. "What were you doing in the teacher's lounge?" Justin asked. "Nothing really," I answered. "Nothing really? Nothing really?" "Students are not allowed in the teacher's lounge, so I doubt it was nothing really," he said excitedly. "You're right," I admitted. "I know I'm right," he said. "So what were you doing?" "Students aren't allowed in the teacher's lounge," I answered before taking a spoonful of syrup into my mouth. "Fine, don't tell me," he said, walking away in protest. "Is everything okay?" Marcus asked as he passed by Justin on his way over to me. "Nothing wrong here," I said. "What about the other day?" he asked, sitting down next to me. "The other day?" I asked, truly unsure of what he meant. "The other day," he said, as in, "don't you remember" kind of voice. "You didn't come to my house because you wanted to go straight home?" "Oh," I said, now knowing what he was talking about. "Oh," he mimicked. "Yeah, everything's okay," I said, taking another spoonful of yummy sugary cereal. "That's it? Just everything's okay? No details?" he asked. "Yep," was my short answer. Marcus gave me that best friends don't keep secrets from each other look, but it wasn't going to work this time. I had made Victor a promise, and I was determined to keep it. Just before lunch, the whole TJ League got called up to Principal Martinez's office. We had no idea why. When we got to his office, Principal Martinez wasn't even there. "Do you know why we got called up here?" Eric asked me. "No," I answered truthfully. "Why would I know?" "Because you're in Principal Martinez's office more than any of us," Paul pointed out. "That doesn't mean I know why we're here," I said defensively. "There you guys are," Principal Martinez said loudly from outside his doorway. "Good morning. Hi, nice to see you. Follow me," he said enthusiastically. As Principal Martinez led us down the hall, we all exchanged confused glances. It was my turn to help Paul, so I walked slowly. That way he wouldn't get left behind. Luckily, Principal Martinez noticed and slowed down so we would all arrive to our destination together, Mrs. Garrison's room. He then opened the door and motioned for us to enter. When we got inside, I noticed that all the tables in Mrs. Garrison's room had been put together to create one large table. In the center of that table, there was pizza, drinks, and ice cream. At the front of the table stood Mrs. Garrison, Victor, and his mom. "Come in, boys and young lady," Mrs. Garrison greeted us. "What's all this?" Sammy asked. "This is for you," Principal Martinez answered. "But why?" Marcus asked. "Dude, who cares why?" Justin whispered loudly. Everyone else in the TJ League turned and gave him a "are you serious" look, to which he responded with a "sorry" look and raised hands in defense. "It's just my way of saying thank you," Victor's mom said. "For what?" Eric asked. "For everything you've done for my son, Victor," she answered. Everyone in the TJ League but me exchanged confused looks again. "Well, for everything you tried to do," she clarified, "to try and become his friend." "I'm confused," Paul said, handing me his crutches and taking a seat. "You see, Victor has had trouble making friends at his old schools," she started. "We haven't exactly stayed in one place long enough for him to make any friends. And I was afraid that when we moved here, he wouldn't have much luck, just like before." "Why don't we all take a seat?" Mrs. Garrison suggested. As everyone took a seat, Mrs. Garrison and Principal Martinez began to pass out pizza and drinks. I guess so the pizza wouldn't get cold? "And if it wasn't for you guys," Victor's mom continued, "I never would have found out what was happening to my Victor." Confused looks were passed around once again. Then Victor decided to speak. "If it wasn't for you guys," he said quietly, "I never would have had the courage to tell my mom that Jack was abusing me." "What? Who's Jack?" "Jack was what?" "Jack was my fiance," Victor's mom clarified. "Jack had taught me that nobody cared about me, and that the only reason that people were my friends was because they felt sorry for me," Victor explained. "That's terrible. That's horrible. That's unforgivable." "That's why I was so mean to you guys," Victor said. "That's why I said all those mean things. Not because I was trying to be mean. I was just tired of people feeling sorry for me." "I never felt sorry for you," Sammy said. "Yeah," Justin chimed in. "We just truly wanted to be your friends," Marcus pointed out. "But why did you guys want to be my friends so badly?" Victor asked. I think I'm at fault for that one, Principal Martinez said, hand, holding a holding his hand up. You see, I read your file and the notes that your teachers and principals had written in it, and there seemed to be an ongoing theme, becoming friends with the wrong people. And TJ, Eric, Justin, Marcus, Paul, and Samantha, also known as the TJ League, are some of the school's best examples of what a true friend should be. So I just thought that if I asked them to show you around the school, you just might have a better chance of making the right friends. Thank you, Victor's mom said. Yeah, thank you, Victor repeated. I think I get it now. After hearing everything those teachers had to say and looking back at the past couple of weeks, I now know that people can, and do care. I just need to surround myself with the right people. I've also learned that no one gets to determine who I'll be someday. Only I get to determine that. And with the right kind of friends and teachers, there's nothing I can't do. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll be a teacher. Maybe I'll be the one with the story to tell. Maybe I'll be the one that gets to help a kid get a new view on life. If not me, then who? Victor paused, looked down at his lap, and then back up at me. But until then, I was wondering if I could join the TJ League was still an option. Of course. Yeah, man. Let's go.